the ones that can actually that can tear apart a location and go through that rubble and wreckage and see if they find any remains or the suspect himself. So
wow,
that,
they burned
again,
him.
you can't assume as a law enforcement officer, you can't assume
down?
that the suspect was killed. You're going to approach this thing, especially after the events of today with that San Bernardino County Sheriff deputy being killed in this gunfight. He is going to go down. If he's still alive, he's going to go down with a fight. And they're going to take every chance they're going to leave him alive with this and use every means necessary to take him into custody or to verify that the suspect is dead.
Right, a desperate man with a vendetta, and apparently they won't be able to let anybody in there, even for structure protection, until they have absolute 100% certainty that they have their man.
Yeah, we could still be in for a long wait here, and they may just wait for this to completely burn out before they move in at all. And there's still a lot of questions to be answered on what exactly went down today, and we have to talk a lot more about the San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy that lost his life today in that gun battle. A lot more to come on that, but we do have confirmation from Loma Linda that one more law enforcement officer has passed away today due to a violent confrontation with, we believe, the suspect, Christopher Dorner.
And we still don't know if he's been holed up in that cabin with those two women today. We don't know if it started today when he broke into that cabin or if he'd been there for days, but we do know that about 12:20, one of the women escaped from the ties and was able to call and report her vehicle stolen.
Okay, we're going to keep JT Alpaugh's picture up. JT, stay with us. We're going to go to Leticia Juarez, who is standing by. We understand she's by Highway 38, which remains closed, but she is still fairly near the scene. Leticia.
I thought they opened the highway.
Well, what I can tell you, this is Highway 38 is the only way in or out of the Angeles Oaks area. I want to give you a kind of a look here. We're near what's called the Mill Creek Ranger Station. It's the site of where we're seeing a lot of this police presence here. It's a very tense situation, and now also a very sad situation. The Inland Empire losing 2 law enforcement officers in the span of a week during this manhunt for Christopher Dorner. Now, what I can tell you, we did see that Bearcat you mentioned heading up to the mountain about maybe 2 hours ago. We saw them taking that Bearcat up the mountain. We also saw some lighting. What we can determine from that, it's going to be a very long night for law enforcement officers as they head up to the mountains with this equipment in place, where this may be turning from a tactical operation to possibly a forensic operation. And I want to mention there is like a heavy presence. They're not letting anyone up or down the Highway 38. We've only seen vehicles coming down the mountain, and any vehicle that comes down Highway 38 is getting thoroughly searched by
a smoke device. It seemed, apparently, according to some reports I've heard, that it was an attempt by Mr. Dorner to escape. He was forced back into the cabin, and the concern that authorities have out there now is that he's either just in the immediate area of the cabin, outside of it, and may still pose a threat to them as they move in and try to clear it. So it's until they know exactly where he is, and as you guys know, he has been a very wily suspect in all of this. They're not going to move in very fast. They're going to take their time and get there. We are on Highway 38 here, about 10 miles from where that cabin is, just up the mountains behind me, and they're not letting anybody else up this way at the moment. But clearly, they believe that they have him cornered. It's not very clear, though, yet whether they have him, whether he has died, or whether they will eventually capture him. Chris.
I bet
Miguel,
they
just to
burned
be
him
clear,
by now.
we don't know. You can't get any better information from where you are about whether or not they knew for sure that the suspect was in the home when they launched the operation, right? They still don't know where he is, as far as you know.
They don't know entirely. They don't know entirely. It was a very
What does
confusing day.
entirely mean?
They
either know or they don't.
Near Big Bear, he escaped that home. The people
You
called
already know
from that home saying that they had stolen a car or a truck, a white truck. That truck that was then encountered by...
may be the end of it, or maybe another diversionary tactic. We've talked about his ability to escape and to elude authorities, and he knows very well how they operate. Therefore, you can't say that it's over yet.
And it doesn't seem like we're going to have any answers anytime soon. If they're going to let that cabin burn, it's going to be some time before they would even approach